Page 12, Paul Revere's Ride. I'll go through the process I used for learning a piece of music and we'll see what I end up with. I look it over. I like to have an idea about how long it is. This is about a page and a half long. I check the clef signs because you never know. These are treble and bass clef. This has one flat in the key signature, so we're either in F major or D minor because those are the two keys with one flat in the key signature. Now, if you look at the end, we're here. That's a D minor chord. I'm assuming then we're probably in D minor. However, go ahead and do the scales for both, F major and D minor, at least one octave up and down. Know the notes that are in the scales. Just get used to them. That way you get used to playing a B flat when you're playing in those keys. And since you're doing the harmonic minor, you'll also get used to the C sharps because you'll see C sharps in here. That's because it's harmonic minor. And then the time signature is 4/4. When I see eighth notes, half notes, dotted half notes, think we can handle all that, quarter notes. I'm going to take it one hand at a time, make sure I understand what each hand is doing, starting with the right hand. We're simply starting out with a D minor scale. Harmonic minor, 1 and 2. See, the beauty of knowing the scales is when you run across it in the music like this, you just play it. If you don't know the scale, you'll struggle trying to make this even and smooth and controlled. So just do the scale. Third measure, we have an A and a B flat, except there's a flat sign in front of the A, so it's an A flat and B flat. I guess it's supposed to sound like that. I'm not sure what he's doing there, but okay. And the third finger, I don't like doing that. You can get away with it because of the staccatos, but when I first learn a piece of music, I like to play it all connected. That forces me to find a fingering that works connected, and that's usually a more reliable fingering overall. It doesn't always work, but overall. So in this third measure, rather than 2 and 3, I want to use 2 and 4. I'm going to save my third finger for the A. Just scrunch up a little bit and here. Now, there's nothing wrong with the fingering in the book. You can finger that way if you want to. If your teacher insists on it, that's fine. But I'm going to use 2 and 4 here. And anywhere else I get the same situation, I'm going to use the same fingering. Second line, similar. Actually, it's the same except for the last measure. You just reach down. You're here and then here for the D. And then top of page 13, you're up here. Remember the B flat's in the key signature. And then an A and a C sharp. Second line, now you come up one note and start with A. But now we have a B natural. And then the third measure is a B natural and a D sharp. Oh, we're just getting better and better here. And then the third line, you got one beat rest to come down and like it was at the beginning. Last line. It's a A. I'm still going to use it. I don't need the third finger here, and I could get away with this. So either way, although I've been doing it this way, I'll just be consistent and do it here. And then an octave higher, same notes. And then the last one is a here. And you can use 2 on the A if you want. I don't care, because you have rests between here and here. There's 2 beats of rest, so you got time to use second finger. And then the last one is an F and a D. And you need to know that D. It's above the second ledger line up. 2 ledger lines above the staff is a C. You should know that, really. Know that. It's important. And then 1 note above that is a D, so it's here. Left hand. Let's see what it's up to. Well, we just got this rocking bass, a D and an A, and you go back and forth. Oh, this is fun. And then top of page 13, well, you have 1 beat of rest at the end of page 12 to come up, and you're just coming up to here. Now, it's a broken G minor chord. Same notes as the right hand. Second line, up 1 key. That's an A major chord. Well, isn't that fun? It's a C natural for some reason, and here. They went to an E minor. I don't know what they're thinking, but that's what's written, so okay. And then on the third line, you're back down here. The last line, the notes A flat, B flat, 2 and 3 is fine. And then the next measure is the same thing down here. And then thumb is fine. And then here. Okay. So once I understand what his hand is doing, now I'll try and put the hands together. Now I usually hesitate all over here. I really don't care. I'm just trying to figure out which fingers are working together. So at the beginning, we're here, and here, and here, and here. Now, this doesn't work very well because I need 2 and 4 here, and I'm on 2 here. So I'm going to adjust the fingering. Sometimes I have to do this. So in the second measure, the first A in the right hand is with 2, but then the second A, I'm going to play with 3. It's a repeated note, and we can change hand positions on repeated notes. So that's all I'm doing. This prepares 2 and 4 for the next measure. Here. So it's here, here. Now we go here. This just sounds better and better, don't it? Top of page 13, we're up here. Same notes. Rest. These notes. Paul Revere must be having a really bad day. I'm not so sure. In the second line, you're up here. Down here. Yeah, you'd think that would be a C sharp there. But it isn't. It's a C natural. And this, believe it or not, that's what it. When you hear weird things like this going on, just stop and spell out the chord and check it. So in the second line, third measure, it's an A, a B natural, and a D sharp, and then an E. So that's what it is. So okay, it's not my fault. They wrote it as. Need more coffee for that. And then both hands are coming down. You got 1 beat of rest to come down. You do it quickly, 1 hand at a time if you want, or both hands at the same time. Don't care, but be there in time to go there. Okay. Now in the last line, we're moving around because we're here. Rest. And during this time, when I'm playing this, I'm getting the right hand ready. And as I'm playing the right hand, I'm going to move the left hand. So it's ready. And here. So I'm moving one hand while I'm playing the other. So it's getting ready because the beat has to be a steady beat. We don't mess up the beat just because we're moving the hands. Now, once I have the hands working together, then I'll go back over it a few hundred times or whatever and carefully and slowly work out the hesitations. So it's a steady beat. I'll speed it up later. Right now, I just want no hesitations. And after that, I can add the articulation or the expression. In the right hand, we're slurred. And then staccato. Hinging at the wrist. The left hand is staccato. And I'm on the key and I'm bouncing off here. So I go through and I add in all the staccatos and slurs and stuff. And then I add the dynamics, or the louds and soft. Dynamics, in case you're wondering, dynamics has to do with intensity. And that's volume. That's louds and soft. So, okay. It starts out MF at the beginning. It's mezzo forte, which is sort of loud. Moderately loud. Medium loud. Not loud, just sort of loud. And that's the melody, which is the right hand. Whatever you think sort of loud is. This left hand needs to be soft in the background. So I'm light in the left hand and I'm sort of heavy in the right. See, this idea of playing heavy and different in the hands, this is something you can work on when you're doing the scales. Since you're doing the scales anyway, work on that. That way when you get this stuff into pieces, you just do it. So when you're practicing these scales, that F may do this one heavy and this one light. Wrist claps each time, and then switch it and do this heavy and this light. So you get that feeling of playing one hand heavier than the other. That's what we need here. Now we get to top of page 13, P, piano for soft. This is Actually, here it can be both hands. I don't know that there's much of a melody. I just play both hands about the same here. Now, in the third line, you get your MF back like you were at the beginning. And then in the last line, you're soft, both hands. And the last two measures are loud. They show pedal there in the end. You can if you want to. I'm not going to. You don't need it. If you're going to pedal it, the pedal goes down with the hands and up with the hands. It's just the pedal is boom, just like the hands. And then after all that, I'll think about the speed. With spirit. Well, that's not a speed. It's kind of a happy piece, I guess, although it doesn't sound happy in parts of it to me. But what can you do accurately on these scales? Whenever you can play those correctly, controlled under, that's going to be your spirit for now. As you get better with piano and you go back through these books and play the stuff again, and I hope you do, just for the fun of it, you'll find you'll be able to play them better and faster on when you need to. I think that 1, 2, 3, 4, that's fast enough. I mean, you can get carried away. But unless you can play the scales that fast, under control, no. Keep it under control. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. I'm exaggerating them so you can hear them better, but you want to feel this as you're playing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel them as you're playing it. Now on page 13, at the end of the second line, toward the end of it, you have an RIT, or retardando. You're going to slow down a little bit. And hold that right hand down a full 3 counts. This is done, so that's end. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Don't lift them at the same time. And then in the next line, the all tempo means go back to whatever speed you were doing before you slowed down. Yeah. In this case, it does. Please don't copy me. I tend to play around with the dynamics a little and experiment. You got to get in and feel this music. A lot of people, when they play these kind of things and they're learning them, once they have the notes and rhythms pretty much worked out, they're ready to go on. And you really need to get it to where the music is pretty automatic to you and you can just get into it and feel this. Imagine this ride, if you can, with all this stuff going on. Feel this music. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. Now, I'm not going to do the louds and the softs. I'll do the staccatos and slurs. I can't slow down because the metronome won't slow down. I'll give us 4 beats, and let's just try it really, really slow. The 8th notes may seem a little fast, but we'll do the best we can. Just play it one hand at a time with me if you need to. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. rest, 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 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4.